Hey guys, this is Undercover Dudes all the way from Down Under, and today we're going to be talking about the free-to-play Korean first-person shooter called Sudden Attack 2. Sudden Attack 2 is the sequel to the original Sudden Attack, that game being one of the most popular first-person shooters in Korea, only at the moment being overtaken by Overwatch. That means expectations are very, very high, and to be perfectly honest, Sudden Attack 2 is one of the best free-to-play military first-person shooters I have ever played in my life. I really want to say that Sudden Attack 2 is a much more grown-up version of Sudden Attack. The original Sudden Attack was a fantastic FPS, but it was very cheap. It just worked in a way that you just played it, you had fun, whatnot, but it wasn't spectacular, it wasn't the best, it wasn't even, very good. It was just a average game that everybody could go and play. Sudden Attack 2 treats itself like an actual first-person shooter, as in it wants to be more grown up, it wants to go and stand out from the pack, and that's exactly what it does. It has a lot of influence, I would say, from Counter-Strike Global Offensive. If I had to go and sum up this game in one sentence, it would be the original Sudden Attack and Counter-Strike Global Offensive had a baby, and the outcome would be a free-to-play first-person shooter that is only available in Korea. This game would be it. This game would be it for sure, because it is really, really, really fun. Okay, so let's go and talk about the gameplay. The gameplay of this game is extremely fun. That's how I'm going to go and put it, because in most free-to-play first-person shooters, when you go and get a kill, it is not rewarding. It's like, okay, I killed somebody, whoop-de-doo, where's the next one? But when you get a kill in Sudden Attack 2, it feels like you earned it in a way. It's very hard to explain without you guys, if you haven't played it, you really won't know what I mean. But it feels like, okay, when you get a kill, that you really earned that kill. The reason why? Guns in this game pack a punch. It is quite easy to go and kill people. Time to kill, very, very, very low. Assault rifle, 3 to 4 to 5 shot kills if you go and aim it correctly. Shotguns, 1-shot burst at close range will decimate people. Sniper rifles, extremely easy to go and kill people with a 1-shot kill. Time to kills, as I said before, very low. And plus, headshots are 1-shot kill as well. So if you've got a laser-like aim, people will drop like flies. And with that, there is the potential, especially because people will die quite quickly, for Sudden Attack 2 to be kill, die, kill, die, kill, die, kill, die. And it just goes into, the status that a lot of free-to-play first-person shooters have, where it's just a kill fest, and there really isn't any tactics to it. However, the respawn time in this game is 8 seconds long. It is absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. There is an option about 2 or 3 seconds in to press the E button, and when you press the E button, you spend 25 GP and you get right back into the action. It's like an instant respawn, but it's not so instant. It feels a bit more like a Call of Duty respawn per se. But overall, you're not going to go and do that, because 25 GP, even though it sounds like a very, very small amount in its video, you only get about 150 GP per match, and you want to go and save up, obviously. So it is just not viable to instant respawn all the time. And because of that, you actually have to go and plan out your life quite a lot, and your life actually has quite a lot of value, even in team deathmatch mode. In many games, I would continue rushing until I die, then I'd respawn, continue rushing, just trying to maximize my kills and don't really worry about my deaths. But in this one, I was thinking, okay, how can I go and get the most amount of kills possible, but while still trying to stay alive, because there is no HP regeneration. You can't get HP back from anywhere. So if you're on 1 HP, you're on 1 HP till you die, and you've got to go and make the most of that one little hit point until you go and drop. Then you wait for 8 seconds, then you get back into the game, and it feels much more tactical than any other free-to-play military first-person shooter I've played in a long, long time. Moving on to the Maxim Mode, Sudden Attack 2 does something really, really weird. In most first-person shooters, you will have a certain map, and that certain map will have a number of modes you can go and play on it. For example, Team Deathmatch, or a free-for-all, or Search and Destroy, Demolition, or something along those lines. But in Sudden Attack 2, they've gone and done something really, really weird. What Nexon's gone and done is basically every map is linked to a mode. So there is 3 team deathmatch maps and there's 3 demolition maps. And the really confusing thing is that all the team deathmatch maps that are available at the moment are very close quarters, very chaotic, very fun, but very nade spammy, and overall, if you're a player that likes to sit back with sniper rifle, there's maybe only one line of sight where you can actually go and do it, where you can actually go and use a sniper rifle properly. I try to go and break the meta a little bit and run around with sniper rifle, but most of the time it really doesn't go and work out. In the demolition maps, however, it is much more spaced out. You can go and play a lot more tactically, you can go and trade properly, and overall those maps are, in my opinion, more forward out, and it leads to more tactical gameplay. And personally, I like playing on, more medium-sized maps. Playing in really close range maps is just a little bit too claustrophobic for me in most games, but especially in Sudden Attack 2. I would love to go and play Team Deathmatch on the demolition maps. It makes sense not to be able to go and play demolition on the Team Deathmatch maps, but the other way around should happen. I should be able to go and play Team Deathmatch in a big mansion, because that would, be quite fun. It would be spaced out, you'd have, pockets of battle everywhere. It makes perfect sense. The game has released, and probably in the future it will be, patched in and whatnot, but it's just something to go and comment on if you guys go and get around to playing it. Now let's go and talk about the cash shop and the customization, and this is where I get quite excited. Customization in this game is quite good. You can go customize the muzzle, you can customize the grip, the magazine, the stock, the scope, the everything. You can basically customize the weapon to your will, and that is very good. You can go and buy it for 1 day, 7 days, 30 days, 90 days, permanent. So the game really isn't that pay to win, because I mucked around with the GP weapons and the NX weapons. And to be perfectly honest, I didn't see too much of a difference. Simply, the NX weapons are just the base gun, just customized. When you go and spend real money on the game, you will go and get the gun already customized, with a muzzle, with a bayonet, with a scope and whatnot. But it's still the same gun you can go and get for GP. So overall, I think that's a really cool idea of going and doing microtransactions. So overall, the game really isn't that. It isn't pay to win at all. Because if you want the gun you can get for, paying real cash, you just got to go and save up your in-game credits and then customize it exactly the way you'd go and get it from the shop. And when I logged in, I got 100,000 vent credits. Now, vent credits are basically just NX, but you can only go and use it in Sudden Attack 2. So I went and mucked around, with the NX weapons, the real-life money weapons, and they were fun, but it didn't seem like it had a massive advantage. Continuing through the shop, you can go and buy a variety of characters, and of course, because, it's a Korean first-person shooter, you can go and buy female characters, with skimpy clothing on. But overall, it isn't as bad as other free-to-play first-person shooters I buy. They're actually quite, moderately clothed in this game. They've got a bikini and whatnot, but they've got belts, guns and whatnot, so it's not too bad. But the thing that actually really matters is the characters don't have any statistical benefits. Everybody has the same amount of HP. Everybody has the same movement speed. Everybody basically has the same hitbox. The male characters are actually quite thin, basically the same amount of thinness as a female character. So there isn't any, benefits to running a male character, a female character, or whatever in this game. So that is really good as well. So overall, for the first time, I could go and say for a Nexon game, the cash shop isn't pay to win. You don't really get too much of an advantage. You get a cosmetic and maybe a little bit of a performance, but overall, using GP and using NX are basically, there isn't really much of a difference, and that is really good. Hopefully the competitive integrity can go and stay throughout the lifetime of this game, but who knows, I'll keep you guys updated on that 100%. But overall, is Sudden Attack 2 a game that is worth playing? If you guys have access to a Nexon Korea account, try it out. It is really fun to go and play, and it's definitely one of the better free-to-play first-person shooters I've played in quite a long time. Is it comparable to, games like Battlefield and Call of Duty, these really AAA titles? No. But is it comparable to something like maybe a bit like Counter-Strike Global Offensive? Yeah. I could go and say that it's comparable to Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Is it as good? Definitely no. But it's a game that it's worth playing, and for me, I love free-to-play first-person shooters, and I love that type of really gimmicky feel. I don't know how to go and put it, but this really weird Korean feel gives it a great personality that games like Counter-Strike Global Offensive really don't have. The fact that people are running around in bikinis and shit, I don't know why, but it gives the game a bit more character, and the fact you can go and customize your weapon and all that, it's really, really cool. And even though there may be, you know, some a bit more stronger things and the game needs a bit more balancing, the game at the moment is quite fun to go and play. However, the big question is, will this game be ported to a Western market? Will Nexon Europe and Nexon America go and pick it up? And to be perfectly honest, I don't think they will. And it's actually a really, really big shame, because this game is really, really good. It just doesn't have enough content. It might have enough content in a year. It might have enough content in 2 years. But when people go and pick up a game, they don't expect to go and grow with it. They expect all of it to be now. Like a Battlefield, you have so many maps and so many guns and so many modes already. Same with Call of Duty, same with basically every other first-person shooter right now. Nobody wants to go and play an FPS with 6 maps and 2 modes. Nobody wants to do that. And even with the zombie mode at the moment, that isn't enticing enough for people to go and play. It's a fun game, but Counter-Strike Global Offensive just does the game better in the Western market at least. When you have a look at Korea, Counter-Strike Global Offensive isn't that big. Nexon saw a market to go and break into, and they're probably going to do absolutely fantastic with this game. But this is a game that I don't think we'll see a Western release, and that's actually really, really quite disappointing. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, make sure to go and give it a like rating. But other than that, it's Undercover Dudes all the way from Down Under, out.